Okay, hello. Good evening, guys. Hi, Zan. Hi, Sinting. How are you, two of you? This is our September week 4. Okay, so this is the last week of September. And let's try and finish our revision. Okay, today. Okay, I think this is still far away, lah. Okay, so guys, let's look at question 4. Shall I look at question 4? Okay, this is the last question. I'll give you the answer. So she put a blue litmus paper into glacial ethanoic acid. Okay, glacial means dry. Like I said before, if an acid is dry, it will not show you any property. Okay, acid will only show you the property when they have water. Okay, glacial means no water. So what is observed? Okay, you can say no change because water is absent. All right, there's no water. Water is absent. So B, Amelia drips a drop of concentrated sodium hydroxide onto a piece of filter paper. She found that a small hole is formed. What is the inference? Why is there a hole? Because alkali is corrosive. They can eat through things. 腐蚀性, 侵蚀性, 腐蚀性. Okay, corrosive. So C, Amelia carries out an experiment to study the process of neutralization. She adds dilute nitric acid from a burette drop by drop into a conical flask containing potassium hydroxide. The diagram shows the apparatus. Okay, so she puts acid into alkali. What is this phenolphthalein? What is this phenolphthalein? This phenolphthalein is an indicator. Okay, what is an indicator? That means they show you the color, whether something is acidic or alkaline. Okay, whether it's acid or alkaline. So number 2, what is the color of the solution at the end point? You will see pink. They will go from colorless to pink. Okay. Anyway, write a word equation for the process. So you have acid plus alkali becoming salt and water. Okay, huh? So a boy was stung by a bee while playing at the playground. Okay, a bee sting is acidic. Just to remind you, he found that part of his body stung by the bee become red and swollen. The pain became worse when his mother applied vinegar. So when you put acid on acid, it's even worse lah. Explain why the boy's pain become worse when vinegar is applied. Because a bee's sting is acidic. Okay, so vinegar is acidic. Or you can say it does not neutralize the bee sting. Okay, it doesn't neutralize the bee sting. So suggest one way to reduce the boy's pain. Okay, she should apply toothpaste. When you put alkali, then it should feel better. So E, as a farmer, what should you do to ensure plant grows well in acidic soil? So you can add slaked lime. What is slaked lime? Slaked lime is an alkaline white powder. Okay, because it neutralizes acidic soil. Okay, you neutralize the soil. Okay, guys, are you okay? Are you okay? Jihan, Sinting, are you okay? Okay, there's only 2 of you today. Where's the rest? Okay, next. Shall we Move on. Okay, let's go to Unit 8. This is Earth. Okay, this one I'm just gonna go through lah. I'm not gonna go to the notes. Okay, so do you remember what is your Earth? Okay, you have 3 layers of your Earth. You have the core, which is the middle. You have mantle, the middle. You have crust. Sorry, mantle is here. Mantle is here. And then the crust is outside. Okay, the crust. When you eat pizza, crust is the outer lah. Okay, so rocks. Okay, we start from this. We start from magma. Okay, magma. Magma is like liquid rock. So when it come out, a new rock is born. So I call this baby rock. This is your igneous. Igneous is your baby rock. Okay, so this is the youngest rock. And then when they are washed away to the bottom, and then they sediment to the bottom. Okay, sediment means they sink. And then compaction means they press. Okay, they press for few million years, they will turn into this rock. I call it the father rock because they are older, much older than your baby. Okay, after years and years and years, they become a dad. So this is sedimentary rock. And then after they got high pressure and temperature, they press again. This is my grandpa rock. Metamorphic is grandpa, like really, really, really old. Okay, so when grandpa, they die, they become magma back, and then they are reborn again. Okay, so magma, baby, father, grandfather, reborn. Okay, I'm just simplifying this thing. So igneous, okay, this is the baby. So how is it formed? It is formed from cooling and freezing of magma or lava. Okay, when lava, magma, 岩浆, they cool down, they become rock. That's the youngest rock. Okay, so this is young. Okay, like basalt, granite, obsidian. If you play Minecraft, you know what is this lah. Obsidian, pumice. Okay, these are all baby rocks. Okay, and then you have the old rock, which is sediment. Okay, how do you know it's sediment? You see, sediment has layers. They go down layer by layer. So can you see the layers? They have layers on them. Okay, so sandstone, limestone, rock salt, they have layers. And then you have the oldest rock. This is your grandpa. Grandpa is metamorphic. Okay, when you have sedimentary under high pressure and heat, they will become metamorphic. Okay, Okay, easy stuff. So what is mineral? Rocks, all these rocks, 3 types of rock. Inside you have mineral. Inside them is called mineral. Okay, so mineral, they can be element. That means they are the pure form. Gold and silver is pure. Compound form, this is the not pure one. All right, so rare minerals, we call it gemstone. Okay, like diamond, opal, beryl. So rocks that contain large quantity of metal compounds are called ores. Okay, if they have a certain amount of mineral, a lot of it, we call it ores, like bauxite is aluminum oxide. Ores we can produce, purify to become pure metal. Oh, sorry guys, give me a moment here. Guys, give me a moment here. Okay, sorry guys, I accidentally kicked my charger. The thing kind of broke. Okay, so next, what is soil? When rocks they are grinded into small pieces, it's called soil, just like your sand. Sand is a type of soil. Okay, so how can you break rocks into soil? You have physical weathering, you have chemical weathering. Okay, weathering is called 风化 when you break stone into small pieces. Okay, so physical weathering is by temperature, ice, abrasion means rubbing, or plants. When a seed drops into a rock, when they grow, the rock will break. Okay, and then you have chemical weathering by rainwater or by weather. Okay, weather is actually physical, okay, if you want to put it that way. Okay, so guys, let's go to the question. Okay, we'll just go through this very quickly. So what type of rock is formed when liquid rock cools? When you cool down rock, when you cool down, okay, liquid rock is magma lah. Okay, when you cool magma down, when you cool lava down, this is your youngest rock, which is igneous. You think of ignite, you see, igneous is like ignite. Ignite means you start a fire, right? 点火. So when you start a fire, so it's called igneous. So ignite. So underline two examples of this type of rock. We have granite. We have basalt. Whenever you see the name stone behind one, this is your sedimentary. Marble, they are very expensive, so they are meta. Okay, metamorphic. So underline two examples of sedimentary. So you have limestone and sandstone, like I said just now. Sedimentary rock is made in layers. The layer of rock with the fossil will be the older than the layer above it. Okay, so how do you know this rock is sedimentary? Another way you can tell is when you see fossil inside. Because you see, when things die, they go to the bottom, and then layer by layer by layer by layer, and then you have a fossil inside here. So sedimentary is the one you usually find fossil. Okay, you'll find fossil in limestone. Okay, so number two, how long does a rock cycle take to complete all its steps? Okay, it's a few million years. The whole thing will take a few million years. All right. Humans, we have only exist for like 200,000 years since the Paleolithic. Okay, so the rocks, the rock cycle, it's not even halfway. Okay, it's not even halfway. That's how slow it is. Okay, so complete the diagram by filling in the two missing label. So you have, okay, so this is from, what is this? Oh, okay, so sediment, they will turn into sedimentary rock. Okay, and then under pressure and heat, they will turn into metamorphic. Okay, name the stage of the rock cycle where sediment is laid down. Sediment is laid down. That means they go to the bottom. This is deposition. Means they sink to the bottom of the river. Usually you will find this type of rock in rivers or sea when sand has a chance of slowing down. Okay, Malaysia is mostly sedimentary because Malaysia used to be underwater. Okay, we used to be underwater, right? The whole place is underwater, so that's why you have sedimentary. So D, after erosion, after eating away, water can transport fragments of rock to the sea. What else can transport these fragments to the sea? You have wind. Okay, you have glacier or ice. So E, some magma cools underground to form rock. It is pushed towards the surface as more rock form beneath it. What must happen to this rock before weathering can begin? Okay, so how do you begin weathering? They need to be at the surface. Okay, they are exposed to air. Okay, once they're exposed to air, they have water, then weathering will start. It's a really slow process. Okay, so this is the simplified picture of a rock cycle. Okay, let's look at number 1. What is here? This is your igneous rock. Is it? Yeah, I think this is your igneous rock. 1. Number 2, what it says, this is your rain. Okay, this is your erosion or weathering. Okay, weathering. Okay, and then erosion and transport. Wait, I think this is okay, there's exposure here. I think it should be exposure first. Yeah, I think it should be exposure first. It's exposed to the environment here. And then you have weathering. I think number 3 is weathering. Okay, 3 is weathering. This is a bit confusing here. 3 is weathering. And then 4 is erosion and transport. Okay, now this makes sense. Okay, and then 5, they sink to the bottom. This is called deposition. Okay, deposition. And then 6 is burial or compression. They bury them underneath, and then they press. So 7 is your father rock already. Okay, and then after heat and pressure, it will turn into grandpa. Wait, there's sediment here, right? Okay, number 9 is melting. I'll do number 9 first. 10 is magma. Okay, what is 11? Okay, sorry guys, I think it's a bit confusing here. I think 11 should be magma, right? Okay, I think 11 should be, we have no choice. 11, we have to say it's igneous. 1 is exposure. 2 is weathering. Sorry guys. 3 is erosion and transport. 4 is deposition. 5 is sediment. Okay, it's confusing here. Okay. Are you guys having this in your finals? Oh, by the way, guys, next month, October, will be our last month of year 8. Okay, we will be doing revision for next month, for October. And November, we will enter year 9. Okay, November, we will enter year 9. So get yourself ready, because November, you will learn something new again. So B, state whether these statements about rock cycles are true or false. Igneous rock change into sedimentary rock. Yes, true. From baby to father. Sedimentary rocks are formed by weathering of other rocks. True. Weathering and deposition. Weathering is just one of the process. Rock cycle takes millions of years to complete. True. Magma forms igneous rock when it cools. True. Burial of sediments makes igneous. This is false. Okay, burial of sediment, it makes sedimentary rock. Number 6, when rocks are exposed, they start to be eroded and cycle starts again. Yes. Erosion happens inside Earth. No, it happens on the surface. Okay, next, number 4. Sandra went to a quarry and drew this sketch of a rock face. The rock face is 6 different types of rock. Okay, so we have 6 layers here. A teacher told that all rocks apart from rock 6 are sedimentary. Okay, these are sedimentary, very obviously, because they have layers. This one, don't know what it is. How are sedimentary rocks? Okay, it is by compression, I guess. Compression of sediments. Right, when you press all the sand is called sediment. When you press the sediments together, you get sedimentary. Her teacher told her that rock 6 is igneous and did not come from magma, from a volcano. Describe her how this rock is formed. Okay, obviously this is formed by lava, not magma. What's the difference? Lava is on the surface. Magma is underground. This cannot be underground because this thing is buried. You see, because sedimentary is around this guy. So all these are buried. So you can't bury this thing halfway and then suddenly this thing comes. It must be they are burying halfway, this thing dropped here, and then this further got buried. So this is definitely from the surface, which is from lava. Okay, this is formed from lava. Okay, it is buried with sediments. So this lost guy, he's kind of lost. He is a baby among all these uncles. All right, see, over millions of years, layers of sedimentary rock can be changed into different types of rock. So this is your metamorphic. Okay, metamorphic. What two things cause sedimentary to change into this type of rock? Okay, what makes father becoming grandpa? You need heat and pressure. All right, after heating a dad and pressing a dad for millions of years, he will turn into a granddad. Okay, this is not making any sense, but you get what I mean. Okay, so we are done with chemistry. Let's go to physics, shall we? Okay, let's go to physics, shall we? All right, so unit 9, force and motion. This is a really easy chapter. Okay, so force is a push or a pull, right? The SI unit is Newton. It can move an object, it can stop an object, it can change the speed of an object, it can change the direction, it can change the shape and size. Okay, really easy. So type of force, we have contact force, okay, the touching force, which is impact, strain, friction, air resistance. Impact means I hit you. That's your impact force. Some they call it impulsive force. Strain force means I pull a rubber band. Okay, elastic force. Friction is when I touch something, friction. Air resistance is the friction with air. Okay, when wind blow through me, there's a friction here. Okay, so that's your air resistance. Non-contact force, that means they're not in touch, like magnetic. You see, magnet no need to touch one. Gravity also no need to touch. Earth is pulling you without touching you. Let's say you jump down from the sky. They're not touching you, but they're pulling you down. So that's a gravitational force. All right, so what's the difference between mass and weight? I think this one you should know. Mass is how much is in an object. The measure amount of matter in it, how many atoms does the object have? All right, it will not change, but weight is dependent on the gravity. So if gravitational force change, the weight change. If gravity becomes stronger, they become heavier. If gravity is weaker, they become lighter. It's just like when you're on the moon, you weigh less, but you are still equally the same mass. Right? Let's say you have 1,000 atom, 1 million, let's say like you have 1 million atom. On the moon, you're still 1 million atoms. So the mass doesn't change. It's just that the weight will change. Okay, elasticity. When a force is applied on an elastic object, it changes shape, but once the force is removed, it reverts to its original shape. Rubber band or spring. Okay, let's just use spring. You pull a spring, it will bounce back. Every elastic object has this limit known as the elastic limit. As you don't go over the limit, they won't break. Okay, if you go over a spring's limit, they will be permanently deformed. Right, permanently they will change their shape. It's like you pull a string too hard, and then when you bounce it back, they don't bounce back anymore. they just turn into this half spring, this weird looking spring, because you exceeded the elastic limit. Okay, next. Let's look at the exercise. So write true or false for the following statement. Friction is the force that resists movement between two surfaces that are in contact. Yes, true. Friction is always resisting you. You're trying to go forward, friction will push you back. When you're trying to go backward, friction will pull you in front. Friction always go opposite from you. They like to go opposite one. You want them to do A, they do B. That's what they are. So B, buoyant force is the thrust force acting on an object that's submerged in water. Now, what is buoyant force? Buoyant force is the floating force. It's not mentioned just now, but it's good to know. Or you can say this is called upthrust. This is called 浮力. You float on water, ships float on water because they have very high upthrust, very high buoyant force. Weight is the force produced when an object is in contact. No, this is friction. D, elastic force is the force that exists when a material is stretched or compressed. Yes, it is. Right? Not only I stretch it out, even I compress it, I will still get elastic force. Okay, next, number 2. The following diagram shows a concrete block. Concrete block? It should be polystyrene. Okay. Label force P and Q. So the force going up, Q. This is your buoyant force. Right? And then the force trying to pull the weight down is the weight. Okay, guys, very simple stuff. If your buoyant force is higher than your weight, you will float. If your weight is higher than the buoyant force, you will sink. As easy as that. It's like a tug of war. All right. If this P guy is stronger than this Q guy, I will push this thing down, so you will sink. If this Q guy is stronger than this P guy, this thing will go up. Just like a ship. Okay. Why will a ship float? Because the Q is higher than the P. Why will a stone sink? Because the P is higher than the Q. I don't care how heavy you are. You see, a rock is like a few kg, they sink. But a ship is like a few thousand kg, they still float. Right? So it's nothing to do with the weight, it's to do with the comparison between weight and buoyant. So number 2, why does the concrete block float? Because the buoyant force. Okay, it's higher than the weight. So they float. Okay, so they float. Okay, B. The following diagram shows 2 trolleys of the same mass are pushed towards each other. What is observed when both trolleys are released? Okay, so this is your elastic energy. When you release it, it will bounce to opposite. So the trolleys move in opposite direction. Okay, one goes to the left, one goes to the right. So what is the force produced by the spring? This is called your elastic force. Right, guys, I don't know. Some year 8 stuff, they will ask this. Because year 8, you also kind of learn about force. It's not so different anyway. Okay, so don't ignore this chapter. And it's easy to score too. Okay, so state the types of force. Seaweed stay upright in the sea. This is your buoyant. Right, planet circulating the sun. Okay, the sun is pulling us towards the sun so that you don't get lost. You see, the sun is pulling all 8 planets together so that they don't just drift somewhere they don't know. So this is your gravitational force. Okay, which is basically go with gravity lah. Rubbing both hands to produce heat energy. So this is friction. Okay, friction can be a good and a bad thing. You need friction in your tire, or you don't need friction in your engine, right? Friction, if there's no friction at the tire, you will die. If there's friction in the engine will die. Right, so next stone is launched with a catapult. Catapult is that shooting thing, right? So this is your elastic energy. Okay, because I'm stretching it. Okay, right now the main effect of force on objects movement. What will force do? It will speed you up, it will slow you down, it will change your direction, it will change your shape. Basically all four. Oh wait. Oh, you want us to write down here. Okay, I thought. Okay, I misunderstood the question. Okay, so pushing the bike, this is to speed up. Okay, do you know what's a drag car? Do you know what's a drag racing car? This is a car that goes straight in a very fast speed. They are so fast, in fact, they need a parachute to slow down. Okay, so this parachute is to slow down. Okay, slow down the car. Cricketer hits a ball that has been bowled at him, so the ball coming, he hits it. So this change direction. Okay, chef stretches on pizza dough. When you do roti canai, you flip it like this, you make it bigger. So this is change shape. Okay, easy peasy. Next, complete this sentence. Friction always act in the opposite direction. It will always oppose you. They are trying to slow you down. What is a frictional force due to water? Frictional force due to water. This is called drag, I think. Wind drag or water drag. When your boat slows down because of this. So C, explain briefly why a ship jumping out of a plane slows down when it opens its parachute. Why a ship no? Okay, when it's open, it's parachute. So now you have the same speed between the up thrust and weight. That means this is our parachute. Okay, so that's the weight going down. That's the up thrust. If my up thrust is same as the weight, this thing will slow down in a constant speed coming down. So you won't crash dying. You won't crash and burn. Okay, do slow me down if you don't understand. Guys, this is for sure you're learning in physics again. Next time. Okay, friction is a force that acts against movement. It must be overcome to make any object start moving or accelerate. So what and water resistance are type of friction? Air resistance. Okay, number 7. A skydiver has opposing forces acting on him due to gravity and air resistance. When a skydiver first step out of the plane, air resistance is so like it's just air resistance is coming out. So when he first jumps out, he haven't opened the parachute yet. So this should be very small. Okay, the air resistance should be very small, and then the weight is much higher. air resistance is larger than his weight. No, equal to his weight. Because this first jump out, so I think it's 0. I mean, it won't be 0. In real life, there's no such thing as 0 friction. But let's just assume that. Wait. When the skydiver first step out, that means the first few minutes. You know what? I change this to equal. Okay, because it's like first step out. Okay, when I first step out, I should be the same speed falling and whatever, because the air resistance is still quite strong. So number 3, the skydiver starts to fall more and more quickly. Okay, now it's becoming faster already. What effect does it have on the air resistance air resistance acting on him? Okay, so he didn't open his parachute, he drops quickly. So now it stays the same. Air resistance will always stay the same. Because you friction with air the same way as everyone. Okay, next B. This is a skydiver after he steps out of the plane. Draw a line to describe what's happening. Okay, this driver gains speed as he falling towards the ground. These two pictures, they look the same though. Okay, at first, air resistance on the skydiver is greater than the base, so it slows down. Okay, wait, I think this is greater than, I think. Okay, this might make no sense, guys. When you first jump out of a plane, you are actually pushed upward because the air resistance is very high. Okay, it is only until that, when you try to dive down, this is how you come down. All right, it stays the same. Sorry, larger than its weight. Okay, after a while, the air resistance is equal to the skydiver's weight. That means if he's going up 600, he's coming up 600. Okay, so he falls at a steady speed. So the skydiver's weight is balanced by the upthrust force. Okay, this is what we learn. Okay, next, number 8. A boat weighing 20 Newton is resting on a table that's pushing up on it with a force of 20. Okay, so if this is a table, the book here, 20 Newton. So this is going down. There's another force acting up. This is also 20 Newton. Okay, and this force, the going up one, is what we call a normal force. Normal is like a reply. You push me 300, I push you back 300. You hit the wall with 600, then you're pretty strong. Okay, the wall will slap your hands back. That's why it feels painful. This is called Newton's third law. Okay, that means how much force you're acting on an object, the object will push you back with the same amount of force. Okay, what happens if if the forces of an object is not moving on balance, right? If there's a phone on my table, I push one side 20, they're not going anywhere. Okay, object does not move. Right? If it's unbalanced or imbalanced in this case, so the object what am I writing? unbalanced. Object will move in the direction of the larger force. That means if my larger force is pushed to the left, this box will follow to the left. Because who is the winner, he gets to decide. All right, next, number 9. I see this is balanced force. So this object will not move. This is not balanced. The object will go up because 15 is larger. This object will go down because 10 is larger. So speeding up on the way down. So that should be your C. Speeding up as it is pulled back up. This is your B. Okay, number 10, steady speed. Steady speed. The friction is 4,000. So what is the driving force? It should be 4,000 also. Common sense. I cannot be back 4,000. Then this will be 8,000 behind already. So the car will just go backwards. Does it make sense? Okay, so B, the friction between the wheels of a car and the road increases by 500. Add another arrow to the diagram to represent this extra force. So friction always act behind. So I'm going to put 500 here. This car is going forward. So friction always goes against you. Okay, guys. This energy should I do? You know what, guys? We leave this for next week. We leave this for next week. Okay, if you want, you can go home and do, because yeah, I will leave this for next week. Okay, next week we will finish this, and do remember, next week is October. October we will be doing a revision for your finals already. So please come to prepare for your finals. When's your finals, by the way, guys? Do you know? Should be around October, right? Because hopefully it's like that, because November we are going into pre-year 9 already. We are going to a new year. Okay, we'll learn something new already. Okay, so guys, I hope you have a good one. I'm gonna let you off early because I leave this for next week. I cannot finish this. I also cannot do this halfway. So I'm just gonna leave it for next week. So guys, have a great Monday. I will see you again next week. We'll do revision next week. Okay, so that's all for today. I'll see you next week. So take care. Good night. See you. Bye-bye.